So yeah, three contentious calls last night in the Arsenal Bayern game. Great game in itself. But we will discuss that now with a former Premier League referee and former head of the referees, Keith Hackett. Good afternoon, Keith.
Good afternoon. Delighted to be on this show.
Yeah, it's lovely to talk to you again. Let's start with the penalty, or not, as the case may be. I mean, we'll all have a take on it, but let's get the experts' view. Would you be giving that, Keith, if you were still on duty?
I think that I would have been pointing to the spot because I don't have VAR, and I think to be honest, I think when we look at this particular decision, it's so subjective, because what you've got is the goalkeeper plants his foot fairly wide out, and of course Saka very cleverly manufactures contact, and therefore we see that when we see the replays. The referee on the day doesn't, and I thought, first view, normal speed, he's got it right. I then start to look at the replays, and I suddenly say, whoops, we've got a problem here.
Yeah.
I would have liked the VAR to have come in and said to the referee, having a look at the monitor, have a look at what I'm seeing. And if that referee then goes back and says, I'm sticking with my decision, I'm not giving a penalty kick, fine. But I think not going to the monitor when VAR is in operation actually weakens the argument. It leaves the argument open for discussion, as we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So, first view, I'm following the referee, I'm giving a penalty kick. Second view, I'm saying, whoops, this is a manufactured contact, I'm not giving it. Yeah, and that's the difficulty of being in the modern age. That's why we've got VAR, and that's why the VAR should have said, come and have a look.
It was obviously clear, though, Keith. The VAR must have looked at it and said, no, look, he's bought the contact there. You're right. That's what it looked. I mean, I totally agree with you. I looked at it and I thought, that's a penalty. Watched it back, saw Saka move a leg towards Neuer to buy the pen, and thought, that shouldn't be where the bar is. We can say it's clever, but it isn't clever, really. It's cheating, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, initiating contact, we sometimes call that diving. And the whole nation's split on that particular decision. But to see Ian Wright, no bigger fan of Arsenal or Bukayo Saka than Ian Wright, say, not a penalty for me, I kind of felt vindicated in that.
Yeah, and that's why I've sort of tried to go through the process and saying, right, okay, the outcome is, if we're not giving a penalty kick, then should we actually be giving a yellow card to Saka? And the debate that I see is this. VAR, I thought, would in fact help the referee in terms of acts of simulation, diving. And it would help the game if the game had retrospective punishment. So even though they've not got the penalty kick, Saka's got away with an act of simulation. That's not good for the game.
No.
So you see how complicated it is. Now, the further complication is, they talk about clear and obvious. Is it clear and obvious? Because it's subjective.
Yeah.
I can put a case up and say, well, why didn't the goalkeeper go and attempt to play the ball? Was he playing the man?
I mean, looking at it, I just see him advance on a player and then not look. It doesn't make any real contact with him until Saka instigates the contact.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons, 1 till 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.